Well, welcome back, everyone. Another exciting day in markets. Is this market fracturing ahead of NVIDIA's earnings tomorrow, or are we holding up in wait for clarity of direction? The primary market, S&P E-minis, are still in that uptrend channel, threatening to come down from the fourth quadrant of this four-quadrant channel into the third. Let's zoom into the hard right edge over here, and you can see that in today's trade, we've actually perforated that pink line coming down in from the fourth to the third quadrant. We've got a bearish candle that has taken out the lows so far from yesterday. However, we've rallied up off those lows. Now, there have been plenty of trading opportunities on the short side and some on the long side in today's trade. I'll share a little bit about that with you in just a moment. The overall outcome of the market through NVIDIA is likely something that you are curious about, and being the biggest stock in the world, $5.5 trillion market cap, it can of course wreak havoc on the market or keep it up in suspended animation trending higher. The expectation from NVIDIA's earnings is more likely a pump and then a erosion, which is what we've seen in the recent quarters. It could take the S&P E-minis and NASDAQ back up, specifically on the S&P E-minis, a potential bounce that can take us back up towards the all-time highs into the 7,500 area. However, watch out below 7,300 in about 10 points. It is more open to come down towards the center of that long-term channel. And again, the center of that long-term channel comes from October of 2022. The value at the center of that long-term channel is sitting in the mid 7100s. Now, if we take a look at a indicative package and look at a multi-time frame dashboard to get a sense of which way things are going, we've got erosion of the buy signal state on the daily chart. We've got a sell signal state with the beginnings of the pre-trade conditioning pattern on the SSS indicator on that 4-hour chart. The 1-hour chart's been in a sell signal state for a while now, and it's been working wonderfully well. We went into a sell signal state, as you can see over there, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, hourly bar on Thursday the 14th. We had the up, we had the down, price action came down below the MSR channel, we got the double red dots, and down the hatch the market went. Now, this exact pattern happens on an intraday basis on shorter time frames as well, and I did take advantage of it. But before I really get into that trade, which was a turnaround trade for me on the day, I want to just give you a summary of what the indicative position implies as we move through the next several days. The daily chart looks out a week to two, the 3-hour chart, the 4-hour chart looks out 3 to 5 days, and the 1-hour chart tends to look out 3 to 6 hours. So we are still in a sell signal state that is not getting much worse. We are in a sell signal state that is just emerging with a high probability pattern on the 4-hour chart. This does imply there is downside risk over here. Could it be a detour we take, get pushed back up above the top of the MSR channel on the 4-hour chart, above 74.37, opening the door for a partial retrace back up to the highs before we come back down? That would be the most likely outcome. Now, as far as trading goes, I took advantage of that pre-trade conditioning pattern in today's trade. This market morning, there were some challenging moments before we started to see into the midday, early afternoon, a break free and a rise up in the market. There were some challenging moments prior to that earlier this morning, and it was a lot of chop. Now, we had that big uptrend. I was live with folks on WealthCharts at that time. Folks got an understanding of how to take advantage of it during that time. I took some pieces of it as well. However, my preeminent trade on the day was turning an account that was down about $600, $700 in the red to now positive just over a couple of $100, and keeping the profits on other accounts that I traded. I traded this specific pattern. This pattern is the pre-trade conditioning pattern on the SSS indicator. A minimum of 3 signals separated by no more than 6 bars. Effectively, we've got a down, an up, a down, an up, a down, and we're left with the down with price action moving below the bottom of the MSR channel. Double red dots come into play. It's this bar where the pattern goes fully live. Taken at the close of that bar, 74.01, we saw a drop that took us down to 73.80, roughly. So effectively a 20-point drop. And that helped me make a turnaround with a 1-contract trade in this account right over here, which was down, as folks saw live on WealthCharts and in the active trader room, it was down $600-700. It's now up to just over $250. I did some trades in a couple of other accounts as well to gross about 1,900, just shy of 1,900 on the day. And I keep adding to my tally for the accounts traded since May the 8th, sitting right now a little over 26K. Using high probability patterns following the rules for those patterns and then overlaying it with common sense tends to have an impact that's positive over the long run in one's account. I hope you've enjoyed this video and some of the thought process on where this market can go. I look very much forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an incredible rest of your day, and thank you for watching.